Hello, welcome back to Truthseekerstea. My name is Kate, and I am thankful as always to have you here for today's pick a card reading. We're going to be looking into whether or not the person that you have on your mind or who you've been thinking about is also thinking about you. So we'll be starting off with an energy check-in, looking at how you view your person just to make sure that you guys are able to find the right pile. And then we'll be spending more of the time looking at whether or not this person is thinking about you and going into a little bit more detail about that. So we have 3 piles to choose from. For pile number 1, we have the Prism Tarot deck with the Rose Quartz Point. For pile number 2, we have the Rainbow Power Tarot deck, Rainbow Heart Tarot deck, and the Clear Quartz Heart. For pile number 3, we have the Trippin Waite Tarot deck and the Blue Calcite Crystal. So go ahead and tune in and take whatever time you need to figure out which pile you're feeling the most drawn to. I'll be doing the energy check-in, so it isn't too high risk. So just kind of go with your gut, and then we will be checking to see whether or not it does resonate with you. So there will be an option to extend your reading. I feel like I can't speak in this intro. We will be picking the topic of the extended intuitively based on whatever it feels like it makes sense to go more into. So as always, it's only if you guys are interested in it, and I'm just happy to have you here at the YouTube reading. So thanks so much for being here. And without further ado, let's get into your reading. Hello, pile number 1. If you chose the Rose Quartz Crystal and the Prism Tarot deck, this is going to be your reading. So we're going to start off with an energy check-in, where we're going to be looking at how you currently view your person, what is relevant to you about this person, and any clues as to, what would really help you know that this is your pile. So Spirit, please have me in. How is pile 1 currently viewing their person? Ace of Gems in reverse with opportunity. Oracle of Gems practicality, which is the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. We have Judgment here as well. How is pile number 1 viewing their person? All right, we have the Novice of Lightning, which is the Page of Wands, the 4 of Wands here as well. Ace of Swords or Ace of Clouds in this deck. We also have the Empress popping out. So I am going to extend the reading out. Whenever that happens, I feel like that's what I'm supposed to do. So let's get into this. What is pile 1? How do they view their person? Okay, this is the Apprentice of Clouds, Page of Swords in reverse. Okay, 10 of Wands at the back of the deck as well. So we just tap into this. Okay, so what I'm getting is this is someone that you may view as maybe slightly less mature than you or less grounded. It feels like this person still has a lot to learn, or you almost view them as someone who maybe isn't always receptive to picking up on they may lack a level of self-awareness and awareness of what you may want or need in the connection. And so I feel like right now for you guys, pile number 1, I feel like with the Empress here and you going through all this discerning energy, I feel like you are leveling up, or I feel like you have recently gone through trials where now you are understanding your worth and you're assessing the people in your life. And I feel like this is someone that at one point you did really want a foundation with this person, and you may have had feelings for this person and wanted to pursue something, wanted something to work out with them. And I feel like now you may be seeing, you may be assessing this person in the sense of seeing that they haven't really been offering you the foundation for a relationship that you want. And so I feel like you do spend time thinking about this person, but it's because you are trying to figure out what you maybe didn't see in the past. And this Ace of Swords or not the Ace of Swords, the Apprentice of Clouds here in reverse, it's almost like in the past, maybe you didn't see what this person, or maybe you overlooked certain red flags with them, or you maybe let certain things go about this person where you weren't receiving enough from them. But I feel like, what's been going on with you is you're really stepping into your own energy. And because of that, because you're becoming more confident in yourself and more tapped into your worth, you're trying to figure out, in all honesty, looking at the past, looking at their actions, looking at your actions, is this someone that has been reciprocating with you? Is this someone, is there an opportunity here or not? Or is this person kind of opportunistic? And is this person someone who, likes the excitement of the beginning, but then doesn't really follow through as much when it comes to actually building something up? So I'm going to get some Archetype Oracle cards as well. And with the 10 of Wands, it could also be that you're starting to feel like you don't really want to carry the burden, or it's like this is too much work. And I feel like you're in this energy of cutting through the fog with all these swords of what you maybe weren't processing about this person in the past. It's like you're getting a new version of them, a new view of them as you get a new view of yourself. That's what I'm getting. All right, how's pile one viewing their person? We have gossip. The light attributes awaken considerations for the feelings of others, honoring trust, thrives on power of passing on private or secret information, betraying confidences. Yeah, and that's the feeling. It's almost like this energy of like, is this person kind of shallow, or are they someone who, is very likes the excitement of situations, but lacks a certain depth and stability to them. And I feel like with gossip too, you may have also been getting information about them through the grapevine. It's possible like that. It may be that you've heard certain things about them and now you're trying to kind of put the pieces together of who this person is. Yeah, it may be that there are mutual connections here where you learn some of your information through other people, like about this person. Yeah. It's almost just this energy of like you maybe having imagined a home with this person, and you may have really seen it as an opportunity of that, but it may be like something you found out about this person or something you're learning about them that you didn't see is causing you to just second guess this person's morals and their character. You're really questioning this person's character right now. Yeah, we have bully too. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. And hedonist at the back of the deck. Yeah, so I definitely feel like you are kind of maybe seeing this person's true colors, or you think you are right now. It's like there's almost this feeling of you having painted a better picture of this person, or maybe gotten carried away in the excitement, because we have the Page of Wands here. And that can definitely be someone who thrives on excitement in all forms. Okay, so we have hedonist, we have bully and gossip. And so there's almost this energy of like, maybe I trusted this person, like you thought this person was trustworthy, or you didn't really see how maybe they're more positive traits, like being very excitable or just like a lot of fun to be around. Maybe popular, maybe people like this person, has its downside of maybe this person being a little bit more shallow, or not really looking to family values or values of relationships. And so kind of just realizing that you're feeling very under supported in this connection with this person. regardless of what the circumstances are. It's just very clear that you just feel like you're having this awakening about them and their true character. And yeah, and with the Oracle of Gems in reverse, it's like you're almost wondering, like, have you been practical when you've been looking at this relationship in the past? Have you really been assessing? Have you been letting things slide about this person? That's kind of what's coming through. It's just like there's this feeling of maybe them displaying red flags or displaying behavior that just like didn't sit right with you, but because you were maybe comfortable with this person, or you envisioned this more comfortable, it's almost like because this person was familiar, or you could have seen yourself growing into a more familiar connection with them. It's almost like the song that's coming through is Ariana Grande talking about Pete Davidson, where he's like, painted a picture, I thought I knew you well. Like everyone around me said demon and I say angel, you know? So it's kind of like that, is what I'm getting for this person. And it's just kind of like this awakening of just like, oh my gosh, like I've been carrying this burden and I'm kind of realizing it's been taking a toll on me. And so the way you view this person is someone you're really second guessing their values, and you're really second guessing their place in your life. And yeah, so I guess you're wondering if this person is thinking about you too. So I'm gonna get a sip of water. It may even be because maybe recently you have stepped further into your own energy, and maybe you kind of put boundaries in with this person, and maybe it kind of took a more negative turn, is something I'm getting with the Five of Wands underneath. It's possible that the reason why you're wondering, is this person thinking about you, or like what's this person thinking about you too, because this may be someone like you had a lot of eggs in their basket and it just fell through, and you're kind of just seeing the truth of them, and you're kind of just like wondering like, well, I wonder what they're thinking now, like, do they care, or did they never really care at all? Like, do they even care, basically, that this situation is kind of falling apart? And, maybe you've distanced yourself from them. With the Empress here, it's just really making me feel like you're starting to see things that you didn't see about this person. And that makes me feel like you may have put in boundaries with them. You may have even highlighted, or maybe like stood up to them, or just kind of said like, you know what, I don't, or maybe you've been thinking about that, but it just feels like you've been having these new ideas about them, and you're kind of just seeing how you weren't seeing certain things. And so I almost feel like the reason why you may be, I feel like I'm repeating myself, but I'm just trying to make it more clear to myself, is like, it may be that you are just wondering how they reacted in a way. Like, are they even thinking about things with you? Like, yeah, there's just a strong message of like, did they care? I just want to make sure these are in view. All right, let's get some Oracle. We just get a couple cards to clarify how they're viewing them. We have deep knowing. Yeah, it's like you're reconnecting with a part of your intuition that maybe was bypassed through this person's like charisma, or something you were hoping to feel about this person. Now we have happy in reverse too. Yeah, it's like almost like this person, I feel like the highs with this person were really fun, or like I feel like this person has a very like strong has a very magnetic energy, where I could definitely see like how you could get drawn into this person. But I also feel like because the excitement of this person, or the way they made you feel, really took you out of your energy and kind of caused you to not see the truth of this. And I just feel like you're re-tapping into that right now. And that's causing you to view this person in a more discerning light, is what I would say. So now we're going to look at whether or not this person is thinking about you. All right. Is pile number one's person currently thinking about pile number one? All right, we have 8 of Pentacles in reverse. We have the 9 of Pentacles in reverse as well. 6, this is funny. 6 of Pentacles in reverse, 2 of Pentacles also in reverse, and we have the Page of Wands. Oh my gosh, okay. I feel like I'm going to keep it in this formation. And the back of the deck, we had the 6 of Wands, which I am going to keep, and then 7 of Cups underneath. Okay. This person, oh gosh, okay. So I feel like this person really, they mooch off of people. They really mooch off of people's energy, you guys. Like this person, okay. So what I'm getting is this person is selfish, okay, to be honest. It's like, yes, they're thinking about you, but it's almost like they're thinking about how they're not getting what the energy they were getting in the past. And the 9 of Pentacles in reverse can be someone who doesn't really believe in their own, what's the word? Their own like fountain of abundance, their own fountain of energy. It's like this person feels like they very much think about doing the hard work in situations, the 8 of Pentacles, but they don't really pull their weight in situations. And especially in this relationship, I feel like they didn't. And so they're definitely feeling that they're not receiving, you know, your energy anymore with that generosity. Six of Pentacles, that's what they feel. They really feel that your energy isn't on them anymore. And with the Page of Wands here, though, it's like this person then is like, okay, what's a new path I can walk down? And in the same way they probably came into your life, they're thinking, I need to find, if I'm not going to get this energy from pile number 1, then I want to get it, then I have to get it from someone else. So I'm going to keep pulling a couple more, clarify this spread. Why is the 8 of Pentacles here in reverse? Seven of Pentacles, 10 of Swords, 4 of Cups in reverse. Yeah, they feel very rejected right now. 9 of Swords in reverse and a lot of anxiety. Okay, let me get one more. 10 of Pentacles in reverse. 9 of Wands. Yeah, this is such the type of person that with the 9 of Wands in reverse, also 5 of Raindrops underneath, this person's definitely feeling the loss of you in their life, and they are thinking about you, but they're very much thinking about you in a selfish way. Like they feel like you're no longer trying to invest in them, or the fact that there's so many pentacles in this spread, it just makes me feel like this person very much comes into relationships not even for the emotional authenticity of it. It's more for like what they can get out of it and how it makes them feel within their own confidence. And we have the 6 of Wands here. And so what's on this person's mind is victory and feeling like they've lost, but not wanting to accept that. And with the 9 of Swords here, this person's life is very imbalanced, and they feel that very strongly with this 9 of Clouds here. But it's this energy of them thinking about how this person does really worry about their future and does worry about not building a legacy or not being like abundant. There's just this energy, there's this lack mentality that comes through with this person where they have this fear of not amounting to something in their future. And so with the Page of Swords here, or sorry, the Page of Wands, it's like they're thinking about what steps they have to take to rebuild up some sort of dynamic similar to the one that you guys had. And so yes, their mind is on you, but it's on what they've lost, and it's on the fact that you maybe aren't open to what they're offering, what they're offering. Yeah, it's the Four of Cups. And so it's like they're definitely feeling your energy having pulled away. And they feel at this point like they feel like they can't approach you, or they know they can't approach you from a needy standpoint or from a standpoint that is asking for something. And there's this energy of like, oh crap, like now I need to like invest in something so I don't end up alone. Like I don't want to be the one who ends up losing, the one who ends up being alone, not successful. But then there's this energy of like, well, I don't really want to have to do the work. Yeah, there's this, what they think about is how they don't want to have to do the work for this relationship with you. They think about it in their mind. They do think about, what if I could turn it around with pile number one? But at the same time, they're like, that seems like that would be a lot of work. And so I'm just looking at where I could put my energy. This person thinks so practically and so almost calculating. It's like kind of disheartening, because it's like, it's not like an emotional decision. It's like a practical one. It's like, okay, they're thinking about, okay, so pile number one, I have this amount of energy that I can put out. Like I can message pile number one, or I could go on a new pursuit, right? And so they're thinking about it this way, like, what do I invest my time in? What do I invest my energy in? You know what? It seems like in order to rebuild the situation with pile number one, that's going to be a lot of work. And I don't really feel like I have enough to pour into them. And I know that if I come through in this lack mentality towards pile number one, that they're not going to really want what I am offering. And so I just feel like it is over. Like your person is feeling like you don't want them anymore. And so they're kind of thinking about it practically then. They're like, oh crap, like this is giving them a lot of anxiety, by the way, but it's all about them. And it's not about like, wow, I'm going to miss pile number one, you know, like I'm going to miss those times we have together. It's more like, where am I going to find my next hope for the future? Where am I going to find my next victory? Because I don't want to have to fight my own fight, you know, like I don't want to have to do the right thing and do that. I'm going to get a sip of water. Is what I'm getting. So I want to look at what energy they're in with my archetype deck. And when it comes to this person feels very codependent, or they feel like they look to other people to fulfill their needs. And they see relationships as transactional like that. Like, I need to get my needs met, and now this isn't an opportunity for me, and crap, now my life is out of balance. Where am I'm going to start a new pursuit. And I'm also getting like the vision of someone expecting like a stereotypical marriage in the future, where this person just seems, sorry, I'm like kind of talking over myself, but what I'm trying to say is that there's kind of like an old-fashioned energy coming through from this person. Like they almost would expect their partner to do more for them just because. And they almost feel like they should have more freedoms. Like I'm almost getting the energy of someone that like has like 7 wives or something, and they just think that's normal, and like everything's cooked for them, and that's just the way it's supposed to be. And I feel like you've risen up very much from an energy that's going to cater to that. And now this person's like scrambling to find more energy. Spirit, what is the energy of this person as they're thinking about pile number one? What is their energy? We have pioneer. Yeah, definitely. So we got the shadow attribute, says compulsive need to keep moving on. So that's exactly what I'm getting, is that it's like, okay, so this situation isn't working out, so now I'm just going to keep finding a new one. It's like I'm so sorry, because like I don't agree with this energy at all, and I definitely feel like this was a painful situation for you guys, pile number one, so I'm really sorry that you guys had to go through this, but I do feel like you're coming out on the other end much better. But this person, to be completely honest, does feel just like they're going to move on, you know, to the next thing, because that's just the way that they function. Yeah. We have, oh my gosh, we have rescuer. Assumes that the rescued will reciprocate, keeps the rescued one needy, rescuer, provides strength and support to others in crisis, acts out of love with no expectation of reward. Yeah, and that's what I'm getting here, is that this is more about what they are expecting from someone. It's like they feel like they deserve to be rescued. And they're like, okay, well, pile number one, it doesn't want to provide strength and support without any expectation of reward anymore. Like, okay, then I'm going to go find someone else that will rescue me. Because I'm not going to do it myself. I'm definitely not going to level up. You know, this person just doesn't feel like they're trying to level up whatsoever. It's like they think they deserve to be catered to and rescued. That's that Nine of Pentacles in reverse energy as well. It says liberator. Light attributes, freeing yourself and others from outmoded beliefs, releasing negative thought patterns. Shadow attribute, imposing your own tyranny over those you claim to liberate, ignoring legitimate restraints. Rescuer and liberator, those kind of go together. Let me just tap into that. It's like this person doesn't want to, what they're thinking about is how it's like you've set them free and they didn't want to change. This person is thinking about how they don't want to change their ways. And so there's a feeling coming through of, and you know how I said that? It's like this person has an outdated belief, like, or this person has an old-fashioned belief. So it says freeing yourself and others from outdated beliefs. It's like you were acting that way towards this person. And I feel like you honestly want the best for this person. And you may have given them the opportunity to kind of be more, to level up. You may have asked this person to level up or kind of look at the way that they were acting. You know, you may have kind of called this person out a little bit, or not necessarily like you had to say everything to their face. It's more like just by your energy, even pulling things back and saying like, no, I'm not going to rescue you. I'm not just going to be your catering to you. And it's almost like this person didn't want to be liberated and they don't really want to change their ways. It's like they kind of want to keep just doing what they had been doing. Yeah, and then we also have Messiah at the back of the deck. And so there is a little bit of like a God complex coming through from this person, or this person just feeling like they deserve success. They deserve a good relationship. They deserve good things in life, but why, you know, or they don't think they have to work for it. There's this sort of entitlement that this person is coming through with in this reading. And so, yes, they do think about you, but the way that they think about you is like, that person should have, that person's in the wrong. Like they think that you're in the wrong. They would think like, well, you know what? Because pal number one didn't want me, like I'll go show them. Like it's like there's this energy of they were wrong. You know what? Who are you going to be without me? And this person truly is has some legitimate issues with the way they view the value of other people versus their own. And so they're thinking about you in the sense of like, oh, like you don't want to serve me anymore. Like that's your loss, you know? And it's almost like with the Messiah here, it says exaggerated belief that you are the only means which a cause can succeed. And it's almost just like, well, if you want to be unhappy and like you want to give up on like what our potential was, then be happy doing that. And it's just like such an ego response. It's like this person almost will convince themselves that they're the winner of any situation. And so, yeah, I'm sorry about that, pile number one. This is unfortunate. Let's get some more. What else? No one is yours but you. This person doesn't seem to understand this message, is what Spirit is highlighting right now, is that this person just doesn't, they may be drawn, they're just drawn to codependent situations where they're enabled to not give very much. And it's like, they just expect people to take care of their needs, you know, without even having to communicate it. They expect people to not put in boundaries with them. And it's like, once you kind of said that, it didn't work. We have cornucopia. Yeah, and it's like they're looking for this, like, they think if they keep exploring, they're going to prove themselves right. Yeah, with the sheep who wandered and found a different shepherd in reverse. Yeah, unfortunately, that's like their energy. yeah, it's like, again, remember how it's coming through is like, okay, well, you're not going to give me what I want. Like, then I'm going to go and find someone else. And like, that's super crappy, but that is this person's mindset. And, you know, they're not going to be rewarded by spirit for this kind of behavior. This person is going to go on the same loop, and they're going to pry upon people who maybe were still working on setting boundaries and asserting their needs. I feel like they pry upon people who are empathic, people who maybe as a kid didn't really learn or didn't really have role models to show them to have self-worth and to show them to, you know, see their worth. And I feel like maybe that's something you've been going through throughout this relationship. And this person just seems to think that they're owed this promised land, you know, and it's like, it's very skewed. Yeah, we have cosmic exploration. And so it's like this person is just thinking that, you know what, like I will just keep exploring and I will keep looking for something else then. But this person is really moving forward without learning their lesson. But I feel like this person was able to teach you a very beneficial lesson for yourself. So yeah, that's what I have for you guys. Pile number one. So for the extended reading, we are going to go into what spirit really wants you to know about this connection, whatever your spirit guides want you to understand about this situation. We're really going to be calling in your own spirit guides, and just to kind of help solidify the lessons you've learned, maybe whatever you're not seeing about this still, and really to help you push you forward on your journey of growing past this, getting closure, and topics like that. So we're just going to get a lot of advice from spirit and just whatever they want you to know about this. So if that sounds interesting for you, I will have the link underneath the timestamps. So I'm excited to move on to that. So if not, that's totally okay. I appreciate all the time you spent watching this video and connecting with your energy. If it did resonate, please do hit the like button. It really helps get my videos out there and supports me as a creator. So thank you for doing that. And leave a comment. I love to read your guys' comment and get some feedback from you guys about the readings. And make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next pick a card reading. Without further ado, have a great rest of your day. Hello, pile number two. If you chose I'm just going to move the other crystal out of the way first. If you chose the clear quartz crystal heart and the rainbow heart tarot deck, then this is going to be your reading. We're going to start off with an energy check-in where we're going to be looking at how you are currently viewing your person, just to make sure we're on the same page regarding the person that you had in mind or anyone else that you're interested in hearing more about. There will be an option to extend this reading, and we will be figuring out the topic at the end intuitively. But let's get straight in to how you are currently viewing your person. How is pile two viewing their person? Okay, we have the world in reverse. Okay, this might be someone you don't have closure with right now. May have left on terms that weren't super clear. Seven of Swords. Page of Pentacles reverse. How's pile two viewing their person? I'm hearing empty promises too. The Star. Someone you had hope for. Ace of Wands in reverse. King of Pentacles in reverse. The song that is coming straight into my mind right now is Who Made You the King of Anything by like Sarah something. I think her last name starts with a B, but it says like Who Made You the King of Anything, like kind of an ego check of a song to a person. So I feel like the way you're viewing this person is maybe someone that was a little bit misleading. Someone you had high expectations for. I think this person really disappointed you with the Five of Cups too. Yeah, and then the Four of Cups is underneath that. And so you may have felt a little bit rejected by this person even, or you may have just felt like what you really wanted out of this connection really didn't come through. And so with the Seven of Swords here, this may have been someone even who led you on a little bit, or there definitely was this very clear initial spark between you guys, like maybe some flirtation. You know, it's going to be different for everyone how far the connection went, but it just feels like you felt a little bit played by them, or you felt like you didn't really see them for who they were at the time that, you know, you were more active in this connection. So this could be someone that you're just thinking about, kind of after the fact is what I'm getting. I feel like your guys' connection isn't too active right now, is what I'm picking up on. And yeah, with the star here, it's like there was so much hope here, you guys, for this person. And it's like the beginning, I think you were so excited about them, and you almost just feel like this person wasn't showing all of their cards, or they may have misled you, and you may feel disappointed in them for misleading you. And the worst thing I'm almost getting for you guys, pile number 2, is that I just feel like they never really gave you very much closure or understanding of what their intentions were. Like, why did they do the things they did? Why did they act the way that they did if they weren't really wanting something? Because the Page of Pentacles in reverse for me can speak about this feeling of, oh, there's a saying coming through. Oh, sorry, I suddenly got scared I didn't have my microphone. But it's a feeling of, I'm seeing a blowing on a dandelion. I'm seeing he loves me not. There was something kind of crush-like about this situation, and something where there was just like this promise. And maybe this person was older than you, or you just felt like a certain level of respect for this person. But I feel like you respected them, and you kind of had this, like, looking back, you kind of wonder if maybe you were naive, or you kind of, maybe this person planted some seeds and you kind of, maybe they gave you an inch and you took a mile, but like not in a bad way towards you. It's more that this is just the way you're kind of thinking of it. And it's almost like because maybe you were so excited, or maybe just like kind of enamored by this person at the time, you may have kind of missed certain signs, or you may have seen more out of what was happening, you know, than there really was. But it's also coming through that this person was aware of that. So it's almost like you feel like this person may have intentionally misled you, or may have known that you were like having a crush on them, or that you really cared about them. And I feel like you may even feel like this person kind of took advantage of your kindness, or took advantage of your hope that you had about them. And this person, you may see them as someone that enjoyed the attention that they got from you, or at least I'm viewing it that way. Like, this could be someone that definitely ate up, like this connection ate up the attention they got, like the way that you made them feel. But there's also this energy of like, they stole something from me, or you kind of view this person as someone you expected more from. Maybe you thought this person was going to give you stability, or give you some sort of offer, or there's going to be more to do with this person. And it just kind of feels like they took your energy, you know, when you were offering it, and it never got past a certain level. And so there's kind of this energy of, I want my energy back, or I want this situation to, I want something to happen in the future, because I had so much hope and I put energy into you, and I put energy into this, and you know, it just kind of sucks to mourn that. And so I feel like you guys may be in this stage of kind of mourning like lost dreams, or like broken promises, or just the feeling of things not turning out the way that you thought they might with this person, and just feeling like you didn't get to experience, you know, what you were looking for with that World card and that star. And you may be on a healing journey right now too. And so it's kind of just like, in hindsight, vision is 2020, but it's like with this person, you're still kind of trying to figure them out. Like, even though I feel like you've grown past this connection a little bit, or you don't necessarily view them with the same sparkling eyes as you did in the past, or you don't really have the same rose tinted glasses that you did, but there's still a part of your heart that's a little bit invested in this person, is what I'm feeling in my own heart. So I understand that. Let's get some archetype cards out here. So it's like I feel like you bounce in between. I'm also hearing I love you, I hate you, that song. But there's an energy of bouncing in between, like having hope about this person and kind of like seeing them in a positive light and not feeling the pain of the sadness. And then sometimes you flip into like a different mindset where you're like kind of like mad at this person or frustrated by them. And then you feel the sadness. And so it's almost like you kind of flip in between these lenses sometimes, where it's almost like accepting that there is no potential in the future with this person is where you feel the heartache, but it may be like how it may be the truth. It's almost like you don't know what the truth is. It's hard for you to know whether or not to give up hope on this person, whether to completely accept that there's no hope here and accept that everything you wish for in this person was in vain and it went to nothing. And that feels like crap, obviously, trying to accept that. Or there's a part of you that's like, you know what, maybe I did like this person for a reason. Maybe I did, see something in them, and maybe there is some connection here, and I just don't know why I'd feel so strongly about someone that just didn't end up being, what I was expecting or what it felt like it was going to be. Because I feel like you even felt intuitively drawn to them, and they may have taken advantage of this, but it's like at the same time you may have seen like a deeper level to them. And so there's kind of like a soulmate energy here, an energy of someone who it's like you were in a higher vibration than them when you met them, but like you guys as souls like recognize each other, and then it's like you met each other at the level at which you were able to at that time, and it's almost like there's regret on both ends is what I'm feeling too. So what can you clarify this energy? Thief. Oh my gosh, remember I told you feel like this person stole something from you. It says in the shadow attribute, it says stealing money, creative ideas, affection, or other powers you think you lack. Yeah, there's kind of a part of you that's feeling like, this is a twofold message, but there's just this energy of like, if you don't come through with anything redeeming towards me, like this is you talking to your person, like you stole my energy, you stole my affection, you stole my hope, you stole my like my innocence and my adoration. And it's almost like there's just this feeling of you kind of, the sting of recognizing that is here, and the sting of this person taking maybe advantage of what you saw in them because they did benefit from your attention. And I think that's where the confusion was, and it may not even be that this person even tried to do that, but it's what happened, and it still hurts when that happens. What else, Spirit? We have visionary in reverse, selling insights to the highest bidder, compromising your vision to make it more acceptable. Yeah, and so I feel like this person, it's like this is someone you saw their potential. I think you even looked up to this person, or you admired them. And I feel like you're the real visionary. I feel like you're the real light here. And it's almost like you felt disappointed when you really saw what side this person chose. Meaning, it's almost like you were looking at this person like they could change it, or that they have some unfulfilled light within them. And it's like you recognize the light within them because your light is so strong. And I feel like you're disappointed with this person cheaping out, copping out, like ending up being one of them, being one of the types of people that, compromise their vision, sell insights to the highest bidder, the person that doesn't really stay true to themselves. And I feel like you saw this person and you projected onto them this heart of gold, only to realize that they didn't really have that heart of gold that you have. And I think you do have that, is what I'm getting. So there's just a mourning process going on with this person right now. Yeah, and then we have Virgin here. Maintaining symbolic purity of heart and spirit, fear of intimate union. The Virgin, I don't think you're actually Virgin. I mean, I don't know. We're not going to go into that on this channel, but there's just this energy of this person. Oh my gosh. And then there's Knight and Trickster here too. But with Virgin here, that's what I was picking up at the Page of Pentacles in reverse. It's like this person, there's just this energy of them. Remember stealing your innocence? Remember when I said that? It's like they were drawn to that part of you though. There's this energy of them having been drawn to the fact that you still had the light in your eyes. You still had hope in your eyes when you met them. And that's something that this person used to have in their life. And then they sold it. I feel like they sold their soul to the devil in certain ways in their life. And I think they were drawn to you because you still emanated this very pure light and you've been able to hold this purity within yourself. And so you only saw them in a pure light because that's what you are. And we tend to see in other people what we are. And so it's kind of, I'm hearing like a mind, like, I don't even know if I can cuss. I think on YouTube I can't, but like a mind F, basically recognizing the truth of this person, because even though you see things from a higher light and you see this person's inner truth, like their higher self, and I think that's what you fell in love with, honestly, they weren't ready necessarily to alchemize and step into their truth. I'm getting kind of deep into the reading now, but they weren't ready for that. And it kind of hurt a lot to recognize that you had invested yourself and your energy into someone that you didn't misread them. You just maybe underestimated the heaviness of the 3D and the heaviness of how people act with their ego and fear still. And it's like, you just saw the best in this person. And so what ended up happening is it's like they kind of stole some light from you, even though they can't actually do that. That's not really true. That's not really possible, but there's an illusion that they did do that. And as you're growing wiser and you're becoming more aware of this, it stings. It stings a little bit, but you still have love and hate for it's like there's a little bit of love and hate for this person, you guys. So let's get into whether or not they're thinking about you. This is a juicy one. I like this. I like this one. I mean, I like all the readings, but this one hits home for me. All right. Is pile number 2's person thinking about them right now? Pile number 2's person thinking about them. Four of Pentacles, the reverse position. Pile number 2's person thinking about them. King of Swords in reverse. Five of Wands. Ten of Wands, Seven of Wands. The Chariot in reverse. Okay. And the Fool at the back of the deck. All right. I'm definitely getting a message coming through. Okay. This person tries their best, to be completely honest, to not think about you, because, sorry, that was gross. My throat just sounded weird. But this person, okay, in order for them to align with you and think about you, they would have so much transformation to go through. And so what this person is currently doing, number one, I think they may have a lot on their plate right now with this Ten of Wands. And so I feel like there may be just a certain amount of chaos going on around them. I just feel like their sphere, which I don't feel like you're super connected with right now, is kind of chaotic, okay? And so I feel like they're dealing with a lot of burden on their end. And so there is this energy of them being very closed off, holding on for dear life. It's like ever since you came into their life, it's almost like you started a karmic cycle for them, in the sense of the more that they didn't alchemize and stand towards the light after meeting you, the more difficult their life became, is what I'm getting. And so because of that, what they're currently thinking about is holding on for dear life, basically. Because there's so much going on around them, and I'm hearing they're in the cooker. There's a lot of pressure on them to stand up for their authenticity and their truth. And this is something this person wasn't doing when you met them. I feel like they may have been involved with other people that were very like-minded with them that definitely didn't like resonate with you. I feel like you're very authentic. You're just a unique. You're your own person. I'm hearing you're your own weirdo. So I don't know if that resonates for you guys. Not in a bad way though. And this person, I feel like, is also like you, but I feel like they've dimmed down their light to fit some sort of mold for what they felt was societally acceptable, or maybe it was something that was instilled in them from childhood that they needed to be like. And so I feel like until you came into their life, they were very successfully fitting that mold, but there was something missing within their life. And so I almost feel like, to be honest, they're doing their best to pretend like there isn't some drastic change they need to make to their life. Right now, they're experiencing a lot of blockages on their path. What I'm being told is that it's like it was clear sailing until they met you. And so now what I'm getting is that in their own life, it's not moving forward in the same way as it used to. And it's like with the Five of Wands here, they're meeting all these, suddenly there's all these barriers on their path, because I feel like what they're destined to do is to take a chance and start a new cycle and kind of start over within their own life, honestly. And so I feel like currently what's going on in their life, they're trying their best to fight the flow of life right now, is what I'm getting. It's like they are trying to stick with what's comfortable, what's safe, but the more they're doing that, the more work is being put on them, the more obstacles, the more difficult it is, because their time is up. You know, sometimes the divine just comes in and is like, okay, this person has been stuck in this cycle that is not in alignment with them for too long. I'm going to just adjust the camera. I just feel like it's a little bit crooked. So yeah, that's really what's going on with them. And so this person actually does their best to not try to figure out what it meant, like what the significance of your relationship was, because the more they think about that, the more they get right on the money of what they need to realize in their life right now. And I think you triggered something within them that they haven't been the same since. And it's like they can't unsee what they saw. They can't go back to sleep. There's this energy of them having woken up from the Matrix or something, or like it's like meeting you and seeing you, and the more they understood you, the more they understand you, the more that they're taking whatever pill in the Matrix wakes you up. It's like you're like that to them. And they've been trying to stay in the Matrix because that's where they're comfortable with this Four of Pentacles. But currently, Spirit's giving them roadblock after roadblock and making it very difficult to get along there, because of the King of Swords here. They're needing to get mental clarity right now. They're fighting it though, with it being in reverse. They're trying to not see the truth of the situation. And the truth of what their heart is telling them to do, what their soul is. Look at this Phoenix. And I was getting, remember how I was saying, like, there's so much they'd have to alchemize if they wanted to bloom like you and kind of come to your level. And Spirit, the only way forward is that. Like, I know, like, our lives have free will, but our free will is basically, yes, you can choose to do something off your life path and do something that just, like, is not for your highest good, but it's going to make life a hell of a lot harder. And like, that is the stage that this person is in right now, is just really struggling to admit defeat with this Chariot. So I feel like the reason why this person isn't thinking about you as much is because I feel like they're dealing with a lot of drama within their own life right now. And it's, okay, this is so gross. I can't, like, why does sometimes Spirit just sends like the worst metaphors. I'm just like, why? I'm literally getting the metaphor of a pimple. It's like getting pressure, because I looked at this fool in this hole, and like that's what came to my mind, is like they're literally like a pimple right now, and like life is squeezing them, and it's like getting more and more pressure, and they're getting more and more ripe. You guys, I'm so sorry for that. I hope you guys don't unsubscribe for that metaphor. But that's what it's like. And it's like this person's trying to go back down, and it's like they're trying to go back down in the skin, but they can't. Like, Spirit is blocking it. It's like, no, sir, you cannot go back anymore. You got to fight your way to your truth. You got to stand up for what's true. And it's like they've wanted to just go along to get along, to gain acceptance with certain people in their life, or like to have this certain character that resonates with their ego and makes them feel safe. But they're needing to learn through this challenges and through the way that they aren't seeing eye to eye with the people around them, it's meant to forge them on a new path. It's meant to forge them to speak their own voice instead of going with what everyone else is saying. And so this person may have, failed you like that. Okay, that's really dramatic. They may have disappointed you because in the end, their priority was always going to be to sit with the in-group. And if you were going to go your own way and like go another way and you weren't going to conform to this sort of energy, they wanted you to come down and hang out at their level. But you were like, no, I'm not going to do that. Or you're not even capable of doing that is how I feel. Because you feel this pressure really quick too, where you can't pretend to be someone you're not. And this person's time is up doing that. And so honestly, I don't even feel like they're consciously putting it together that this has to do with you, but it does. And so to be completely honest, this person isn't actively thinking about you. They're kind of lost within their own life, honestly. And so, yeah, it's not because you're not significant to them. I honestly think that you guys and this person have a very important relationship with each other. And a strong purpose in meeting each other. Like, I feel like this is a strong soulmate where you guys were very destined to meet each other. For you, I would say it has taught you lessons of self-love. And even though you can see the light and the potential in someone else, you still have to love yourself. And sometimes we can betray ourselves by continuing to think, continuing to hope about a person that hasn't come through and given us what we deserve. And we have to come to the hard truth being that there's no way to not betray yourself, and there's no way to fully love yourself and pour energy into something that does not give energy back to you. And I feel like that's this person right now. And so I feel like there is a message from Spirit right now to let this person kind of figure out what they need to figure out, because I feel like you're on your own path for a reason. And it's like this person was energetically blocked from your life because they weren't on your level or they weren't doing the work in time. But I do feel like there's just a feeling here of there being something very faded between you, like you guys have known each other in past lifetimes, and just such a heartbreak. Another feeling is coming through of heartbreak, because I'm almost getting this feeling of, I don't want to throw out twin flame, but like there's kind of an energy like that, where it's like at least a very close soulmate relationship, I would say, for you guys, pal number 2, where it's like, let's say you guys are very close in the like 5D and you've gone through Earth together. There's a feeling of like no man left behind for you, and a feeling of like, of maybe you having alchemized faster throughout lifetimes, but there was always like a plan to re-meet in this lifetime. And it's like this devastation of realizing that this person's waking up slower than you, and realizing that even though you know the truth of them, and even though you have love for this person, and even though like it breaks your heart, it's an act of self-love to understand that, and love towards this person, to recognize that we only hurt people when we expect them to be further than where they are. And we only hurt people when we take away their right to go through this journey on their own. And so there is a heartbreak that I am tuning into, where it's like, I'm literally seeing in Titanic, like the Jack. It's like that. Like, that's how I feel like this energy is like. It's just like, please hurry up. Like, keep swimming, like keep living, keep trying, because I'm alive. I'm going to survive. I'm going to keep going. And like, there's a feeling of this person kind of figuring it out slower and breaking your heart through that. But there's also a bigger message here of the truth being a lesson for you too, because then you realize that the most loving thing you can do for yourself and this person is to let them go and let them be free and let them go on their journey, because we don't want to rob anyone of their experience on Earth and their own individual right to grow and overcome their own battles, right? Because that's how we gain resilience. And it would be robbing this person if we could just hit a button right now and be like, go to your higher self, like go back to pile number 2 because you guys would have been awesome. Like, it's more like this person needs to go through it on their own, and it's not serving you to hold on to this person, is kind of what I'm getting for right now, and I just feel like there is just this essence of, but that's not fair. That doesn't feel right to my soul to like leave this person, even though I've been hurt, even though I felt drained. And I get it. I understand this. And so I just feel like Spirit's saying, this person's going through it. The spirit has a plan. Spirit is dealing with this person. They're not forgotten. This is not your responsibility, nor should it be. You're doing everything right. You're doing amazing. Keep going on your path. Like that, there's just a message coming through like that. But let's keep going. You know what I think for the extended would be good is like a message from their higher self to you, because their higher self knows what's up with you. Like, I feel like you guys know each other. Ooh, maybe we should go into what your guys' soulmate relationship is, or like what the significance of that is. Yeah, I'm definitely for the extended reading going to go into the higher dimensions of this connection. Okay, but going back, let's get more of this energy right now. This is their 3D self. So can we clarify this energy that they're currently in? We have a shapeshifter. Yeah, this is exactly what I'm talking about. So the shadow attribute, which came out in shadow, projecting any image that serves their personal agenda in the moment. Again, there's this energy of them changing themselves to fit in and then ignoring their own authenticity and putting acceptance of the group and over their own, over the value of being yourself, over the value of showing up authentically, even if other people aren't going to accept it. This person is stuck in an energy of prioritizing some sort of acceptance of something or over their authenticity. I hope that makes sense, because walking the authentic route is more challenging, of course. What else, Spirit? Can you clarify this energy? We have Virgin also in reverse. Fear of intimate union. Okay, and so another thing coming through then, fear of intimate union. There's a feeling, okay, so this person also may have fears of intimacy and something that they're, okay, this is what I'm getting. So, sorry, I'm really, you guys, I'm really working on gathering my thoughts before I speak, so it's not so confusing when I talk. But I do want to say I do talk really fast and sporadically because I get downloads. It's like boom, boom, boom. And then I don't want to forget one, but I do understand that it's like probably frustrating to listen to me. So I get it. But what was I going to say? Oh yeah. What I was going to say is that this person is living in this life right now where they have more shallow connection. It's like they're prioritizing shallow connections of many in the group, and a certain being seen a certain way, even if it's shallow. Like, I feel like this person has friends and maybe have a lot of friends, but I feel like only very, very few people actually know this person really deeply, or I feel like this person doesn't open up that deeply with a lot of the people that they're around. And I feel like a lot of the people that they're around are also like that. And so there's almost this energy of them being in their comfort zone in a more superficial version of life, and in a level that isn't as deep, and hanging around people that haven't gone very deep within themselves, so they don't really have to go deep within themselves, if that makes sense. And so I feel like you are someone who has gone very deep within yourself. I feel like you may not even know this because it's just your default, but you'll understand what I'm saying just based on the fact that certain people just aren't really able to speak on they don't really speak at a really deep level about themselves or other people because they haven't really gone there, within themselves. And so because they haven't gone there within themselves, they don't even see it in other people, or they don't even look for it. And what's interesting is I feel like you met this person and I feel like you recognize that they are deep and they do have that ability to perceive. And so you guys like connected because you guys both have that. But this person is very used to acting like surface level, even though they do have access to that deeper dimension, that soul. Like, you guys are similar on a soul level, like both of you guys are very deep, but this person in their current incarnation is very much playing shallow end. They're staying in the shallow end with other souls that maybe like honestly haven't even reached that before, but that feels very comfortable for them. However, the tides are shifting where it's no longer easy to make progress in this way, and they're kind of starting to be forced to face this ego protection mechanism that they've been using, like being a big fish in the shallow water, like, because then no one asks them deep questions. Then no one, you know what I mean? It's easier when other people aren't as deep because it's not as scary. It's scary to be vulnerable. It's scary to go deep with other people. And this person is fighting a new beginning, a new truth, a new way of being. But you do not get me wrong, you are very important to this person. But if they're going to decide that and realize that and think about it, that is also equivalent to them seeing the truth of their life, seeing the truth of the people around them, seeing the truth of the way that they've decided to live their life, not according to their authenticity. And that's going to burn. That's going to hurt. That's going to be a tough process. So this person's been on the light side of life for a long time. And I think you really opened the door to a certain like awakening here. Yeah, that's what I'm getting so far. So that was a very, very interesting reading. So now in the extended, we're going to go into the higher dimensional aspects of this connection, the soulmate energy. I'm going to see what they'd want to say to you. And I'm also just going to get information about your guys' connection in the 5D and kind of see what the heck is going on. Because I feel like you guys are confused about this because it's like their 3D self is not lining up to what your soul is knowing. So you're almost like feeling like you're gaslighting yourself. And it's unfortunate when that happens because it's like we have to kind of tell ourselves that, yes, our intuition is right, that we're picking something up here, but we can't force other people to reflect the truth, outwardly. Because in the 3D, people can mask and can be whatever they want, it's like that's kind of the thing. Energy doesn't lie, but people can, people can put on different masks and stuff. So that's what we're gonna do in the extended. If you're interested, I'll have it linked underneath the timestamps. If not, thank you so much for sharing energy with me during this reading. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I hope you did too. And if you did enjoy it or it resonated, please do hit the like button. It really helps get my videos out there and supports me as a creator. So you guys really don't understand how much it means to me. So thank you for doing that. Leave a comment. I love to get your guys' feedback. I'll take constructive criticism. I do actually appreciate it, as hard as it can be to read, but I do appreciate it. And make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next pick a card reading. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Hello, pile number 3. If you chose the blue calcite crystal and the Trippin Waite tarot deck, then this is going to be your reading. We're going to start off by looking at how you see your person, just to make sure that we're on the same page about who you're thinking about, basically. So who is the person that pile number 3 is thinking about? How will they know that this is their pile? We're going to start off with that, and then we will go into whether or not this person is thinking about you. There will be an option to extend the reading. If you feel like doing that, we'll be picking the topic intuitively at the end, so stay tuned for that. Let's start by getting into how you currently view the person that you're thinking about. Who is this person to pile number 3? The 6 of Swords, the Chariot, Knight of Cups in reverse, 3 of Swords. Why is the Chariot here? Page of Swords. Why is the Knight of Cups in reverse? Ace of Cups. Okay. Ace of Swords as well. All right. So pile number 3. I feel like this is someone with the 3 of Swords here that you have experienced significant heartbreak with. And with the 6 of Swords, it gives me a feeling that this is someone that you maybe have had to move away from or accept a transition away from them, even though that wasn't necessarily what you had wanted, but it's almost like what had to happen with this person. I'm getting that that's more in the past, or the past of the relationship is this person triggering wounds within you and causing you to transition. You went through a lot of growth within this person is what I'm getting. So you learned a lot from this connection. It's something you had to transition away from. With the Page of Swords and the Chariot, there's a feeling here with the Page of Swords of maybe this person, it's almost like maybe you guys keep up with each other or something with the Page of Swords. It's like you've been making progress, I feel like, with this Chariot. And then there's kind of this energy, though, of maybe you guys somewhat checking up on each other's life, or maybe feeling like even though there was heartbreak in the past, there may be a part of you that's still open to this person, or still thinks about them, still thinks about whether or not there will be anything to happen in this connection. So this is someone I feel like you've transitioned away from them, but you may still be waiting for some sort of communication from them. There's a feeling here of expecting. It's not that things aren't necessarily over between you guys right now. It's more a feeling of, I feel like this person may eventually contact me, or I'm almost wondering if they will. Or it's almost like you're waiting to get more information about this person because maybe you guys kind of had to call it off and transition away from them. And then it's kind of like over the years, you not even over the years, but whatever time you guys have maybe been apart, I am getting this is probably a situation where you guys aren't in too much contact. I would say be minimal if it's there. It's like there's a feeling of checking up on each other and wondering if there would be any new potential in this connection. So I feel like this is someone maybe from your past, you've had to transition away from them. You may have made progress in your life, and it's almost like the wounds aren't as deep anymore. And so it's almost like there's a question of whether or not will any progress be made here. So I feel like this is someone that again, it's like you're wondering if they will ever come through with any sort of message to you, if they will ever express anything emotional to you. It's almost like this question of, you may think about them, kind of thinking about what ifs, or imagining like, is this going to move forward ever? Because it's almost like you guys have transitioned away and maybe done some growing on your own already. And so it's kind of like you still think back to this person. Let's get some more. Yeah, and you may hear things about them. It feels like there's some sort of, maybe you guys have each other on social media, or maybe you have mutual friends or something like that. It's almost like you hear or see something about each other and like the way your guys' life has been progressing. And it's almost like a reminder of like what happened in the past. And then it's like kind of this question with this Ace of Cups here being like, I'm hearing, could roses bloom? Is this person ever going to come through with are they ever going to open a door? Almost, it's almost like a question of, is this forever a closed off connection, or is it something that's like going to resurface? And when it resurfaces, it's almost like you're thinking about like, would it be possible to kind of leave the past in the past, and could it just be a fresh new thing now that you guys have kind of potentially made progress within your own lives here? So I'm getting some archetype cards. We have Priest in reverse. It says, facilitates spiritual commitment, serves as a channel of spiritual energy, violates the trust of your spiritual community, seduced by your own spiritual role. And we also have Mother. Nurturance, patience, unconditional love, joy in giving birth to life, smothering or abandoning children, instilling guilt in children for becoming independent. Interesting. Yeah. So it may be that you guys have gone into very different roles in life, but it's like there's still this emotional connection between you guys. We also have Student here. Interesting. What is this about? I'm now curious because, like, why is Student and Priest coming through? I don't know. Maybe this was someone that you looked up to, or someone that you may have felt somewhat of a guiding light to you at certain points, or you may have felt like this person helped spiritually awaken you, or you may have felt like you had a lot to learn from this person, and it not working out with them is something that hurt you. But maybe it's like you've grown up a bit, or it's like you guys have both progressed, and it's almost like, would we ever reconnect? Yeah, I want to get some more tarot just to clarify this, because I feel like the Student being there and the Priest is definitely means something. So I'm just gonna tap in a little bit. And the Page of Swords can talk about learning as well, and like being open to new information. But is this something that kind of broke your heart? Is it like, I need more information here. Why is the Priest Student situation coming out, Spirit? What is this? What's the significance of this? Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, I'm almost getting a dynamic here of maybe someone that you nurtured a lot. Like maybe what you provided for this person was like the love and care, like TLC. Like maybe you were someone who's very like emotionally nurturing to them. And maybe they're someone you would regard as being like very intelligent. I feel like that's kind of what's coming through, is like maybe there was some sort of a relationship here where I just feel like you may have regarded this person as intelligent or having a lot of knowledge in a certain subject matter. Maybe they helped you with something at some point. It's possible that they did help you, but with Mother here, it's almost like, let me get one more. Eight of Pentacles. It could have had to do with work. Yeah, it could have had to do with, this could be someone you knew from school. This could have been someone who like helped you in something like that. This could be someone who helped you in work. This could have been your manager. This could have been someone who may have been above you in some sort of a hierarchical like system of knowledge, you know? So it could even be like I'm getting like teacher student, I'm getting manager employee, mentor mentoree, you know? So it's almost like this energy exchange that was somewhat of a guidance. I feel like this is like kind of a complicated story now. Okay, I'm going to actually dig into this a little bit. Why is the Three of Swords here? The Eight of Wands. Maybe it's like you guys, because of this relationship, maybe you guys weren't able to make progress at that time. And it's like maybe you guys weren't really able to express your feelings for each other openly or something. It could even be that there was just some non-traditional relationship between you two, or maybe it started off as more platonic and then you guys grew feelings for each other. And it's kind of like what could have been, or like maybe it's like there's a question of thinking back to this person because it's like, could that have been something more? And so it's kind of like hanging on to the energy. So it could just be someone who's a leader. It doesn't even have to be that they helped you specifically. It could be that you would know this person as someone who mentors other people. Yeah. Why is the Six of Swords here? Judgment in reverse. And it may have been like for a long time, you guys didn't really want to be honest with yourselves about like what was kind of bubbling underneath within this relationship. Maybe there were a lot of things that were blockages to it that caused you guys to not be able to move forward in the connection. And so it's like this curiosity of what could have happened. Like, it's like you guys didn't get to the point where love was shared or love was offered. It's almost like there was like this like truth between you guys, something under the surface that was like unspoken in a way, but it was like very much a connection between you guys. Why is the Chariot here? Six of Swords. So maybe the only way forward was to leave this person behind, but why? But why, Spirit? Why? The Emperor in reverse. It may be that this person was in a position where they couldn't do both or something. This person may have been someone who was like a leader of some kind, or just someone who overlooked certain things. There may just have been some incompatibility between you guys, or like, but I'm getting the incompatibility being something that would be like, okay, like they're your teacher, so you're not going to like have feelings for them. Or it could just be that there was just, an incompatibility with that. And like there was passion, or like there was this energy, but it's all about, there were blockages in this connection, things that you couldn't move forward. And it almost feels like because of a gap between you and this person. It could be age gap or something like that, but it just feels like there was some sort of a gap. And it's almost like if this person would have gone for you, maybe it would have been a violation of their role, like violates the trust of your spiritual community, seduced by your own spiritual role. It doesn't have to be spiritual, but it could just be like maybe this person had a more traditional role with you that like it wouldn't have been the right thing to do, even with Judgment in reverse, like to pursue this. And so this may be one of those like more secretive relationships, like where it's like, oh, like, you know, I always felt like this. Did they feel like that about me too? You know, like what did this person think about me? So I feel like, this may have been like more of a forbidden fruit, forbidden relationship here. And it's almost like you're just curious to get, with the Devil in reverse here too. Like you're curious just to get mental clarity on it. So yeah, this is kind of a more specific pile, you guys. So if this doesn't resonate, you might want to check out one of the other readings, but this also could just be like another person. Like, I don't know if this is the main person you're asking about. Maybe it is, but this is more of like a juicy kind of secretive relationship. All right, why isn't, I feel like the Knight of Cups being here in reverse is like a hidden, like introvert feelings that didn't get to be expressed. Why is the Knight of Cups here? Yeah, it's like they were tied back by what people would think of them. The Eight of Swords talks about being not able to move forward, like not knowing what to do, being stuck, being stifled, because it's almost like there was like hidden emotions in this situation, like bubbling under the surface, but it's like it almost caused more pressure and more pain because it was just like forbidden or not allowed. Why is the Ace of Cups here? Queen of Cups, you had feelings for them. Yeah. And you are coming through this motherly, nurturing role. And so it's almost like, you know what I'm kind of getting to? I'm kind of getting this energy of like you falling for like a professor that's like very intelligent and like much more in their masculine energy, someone who doesn't open up to feelings very easily, and like someone who's very intelligent, and like you being attracted to their intelligence and like they're kind of like more masculine energy, and then you want to like nurture them because you sense this like this lack within their emotional life. And so it's like almost like a bond like that. And they may have been drawn to you because you kind of offered this like emotional and empathetic and watery sort of energy that they may have been drawn to, but it just feels like it never got the chance really to blossom. But yeah, it definitely feels like you know this person through some sort of like work. It doesn't have to be work. It could be learning some sort of craft, some hobby. It could even be like church or something where you guys are learning something and building something, learning crafts and skills, and anything you can associate with that is like what I'm picking up on. So yeah, this is kind of the longest energy check-in, but I feel like this is what's happening. So I just had a fear my microphone wasn't on. All right. Well, Spirit. I keep hearing Could Roses Bloom. That song keeps coming through, but it's not like in the traditional way. Yeah, we have grieve, endurance in reverse. Yeah, it's almost like this energy of you looking back and being like, there were too many blockages, too many challenges for this connection, and we didn't make it to the other end. And so there's kind of just some regret here, like what could have been with this person. It's like you couldn't seem to get past. Yeah, we have to move on again. Yeah, I do feel like this is someone that you were forced to move on from or something. Not forced to, but it was just like that was like there wasn't a way forward. And so I feel like you think about this person like wondering like what if there was a way forward, or like how could we get out of like the issues and the blockages. So I feel like that's how you think about this person. So that feels pretty clear to me, you guys. So now I'm going to go into whether or not they think about you. I'm very excited to do this part because this is like a secretive one. So, or it might not be secretive, but it's like I feel like this is someone that's just like, it's like this could be like a movie, you know? All right, so for pile number 3, is pile number 3's person thinking about them too? Pile number 3's person thinking about them too. We have the Fool in reverse. Some sort of risk they couldn't take towards you. 7 of Cups. Yeah, because we didn't know. By the way, yes, they were very much thinking of you. But it's like because there was too much illusion, too much unknowns, it's like they didn't know what the leap of faith in this connection would have brought them to. And so it's like they are very much thinking of you, and they're very much trying to see the truth of the situation with judgment here. They're trying to see through the clouds and see through the confusion and the smoke and mirrors of the situation. And they're really looking back at everything that's happened between you guys and trying to figure out if they could have jumped and taken that, whether or not this was even real, whether or not there was illusion. So this person absolutely, yes, is thinking about you. Let's finish out this read though. We have Ace of Wands in reverse. Yeah. It's like that spark that was there that didn't end up getting to be fulfilled with this person. With that Fool, it's like they didn't take a jump towards it. So they think about like how there was that opportunity. That missed opportunity. We have Queen of Wands in reverse. Yeah, they think about you for sure. They do. Eight of Swords, yeah, in reverse. Queen of Swords at the back of the deck too. This person, 1,000,000 trillion billion % thinks about you. I would say a lot, and I feel like they have a lot of fantasies too. I feel like this person thinks about how they may have disappointed you, or with the Queen of Wands in reverse, a couple of things are coming through. It's almost like this person spends a lot of time trying to figure out who you are and trying to like piece you together and understand. They may see you as somewhat unhinged or kind of like a little bit of trouble for them. It's like they kind of see you that way. And it's like they're very drawn to you, but a part of them is, there's this energy coming through of them being like, they do think about you, but what they try to tell themselves is that they made the right decision, or that like this couldn't have been, you know, like they almost try to make themselves feel better about the fact that there maybe is distance between you guys, or the situation isn't here, by saying like, no, like I maybe missed out on this opportunity, but like who knows what that would have led to. Like there was unpredictability within this situation. So, you know, I probably did the right thing here, but I want to get clarification. Let me straighten these out. They're like, did I make the right judgment call? This person, that's what they think about. They'll think like, did I do the right thing? Like, did I do this because that's what I felt like I had to do? Like, what would I have done? They ask themselves, what would they have done if there was no constraints? Or they weren't worried about what other people are going to think about them, or they weren't worried about anything. What would they have wanted to do? It's like they bounce in between those two ideas. And we had the Queen of Swords looking the other way at the back of the deck too, saying like, you know what, probably I was smart to kind of turn my attention away from this, but I still think about it. Why is Ace of Wands here in reverse? The Three of Pentacles. Yeah, I swear you guys like were involved in some sort of a community together. Why is the Fool here in reverse? Ace of Cups in reverse. Yeah, it's like this missed opportunity. It's like there probably was a chance maybe to share emotions, or to express to each other more emotionally instead of like practically, or whatever other way you guys communicated. And it's like they felt like they had to push down their passion for you and their feelings because of repercussions that could come from some sort of a community. Why is the Seven of Cups? We have the Ace of Wands in reverse. They think about what could have been. With the Seven of Cups here, they spend a lot of time fantasizing about what could have been. And they may even think about you physically a lot with the Queen of Wands here and the Ace of Wands. They may be very, very attracted to you. They are. It's not that they maybe are, they are. Why is the Queen of Wands here in reverse? Queen of Pentacles, and then the Seven of Wands in reverse. There's an energy here of them thinking about, if with the Seven of Wands here, Queen of Wands. You know what? It's almost like they have fantasies where they think about you, like like messaging them or saying something, like coming back and like being like fighting for this for them. It's almost like they imagine you doing things that are, it's almost like they get enjoyment out of fantasizing about you doing things that are uncharacteristic or a little bit unhinged. Does that make sense? It's almost like they either think that you might do that, or that they like to imagine that opportunity. And it's almost like sometimes maybe sometimes you kind of have reoriented this connection with them where you're coming off more grounded, and like almost your way of coming off grounded and like kind of putting your guard up with them. I feel like maybe you've done that because things like there were blockages. It's almost like they imagine what it'd be like if you opened up and they didn't just have to see you in this professional light. Maybe they see you in a professional light, or maybe they feel like they have to honor you in this sort of professional way, or this way that's like they're worried about your boundaries. It's like there's this energy of this shield being up around you right now, and like them imagining what it would be like if you put down that shield and were like passionate instead of being more practical. Like they just think about that a lot. They think about what they would do if they didn't feel held back. Why is Judgment here? Yeah, we have the Knight of Pentacles here. And it's, again, it's moving in that direction. It's this energy of, I think I did the right thing. I think I did what was practical. They know that they made the right judgment call, but they still can't help but think back to you. And feel like you kind of tempt them, or like you, I don't know, there's kind of an interesting energy here. I'm going to get some more Oracle cards. But this person definitely spends a good amount of time thinking about you, honestly. Maybe even more than you think about them. And so also what they think about is how they still want something. It's almost like they still are like curious for something to happen here. They don't want to take the risk, but they're still curious for something to happen. And so they're almost just saying, I'm just going to play things safe for right now. Like that's what they're thinking about, is like, that's probably the best call. Given all of this, I'm just going to reciprocate a more grounded energy towards them. If they ever do contact me or whatever, you know, it's almost like they want to come off like professional, or like they don't want, this person right now isn't wanting to take risks within what they say to you or things like that. So can you clarify this energy, please? We have Artist. Expressing a dimension of life that is just beyond the five senses, inspiring others to see life symbolically. Yeah, and you may have like gotten this person out of a more like logical way of thinking. They may view you as someone who's very creative or very unique, like spiritual. They almost see you, you almost make them see life through a different lens. And that's almost that Seven of Cups. You bring excitement into this person's life where it's like they maybe just see like just straight lines and boundaries and like a more masculine energy. It's almost like you're a very like watery, like sort of feminine, unhinged, something that isn't super controlled. And it's almost like you open up this person's viewpoint, and that's why that's a part of why they're very drawn to you. They like the way you've caused them to be more imaginative, visionary too. Yeah. Capacity and vision, what is not yet conceivable to others, willingness to proclaim a vision without regard for personal gain. They see you as very unique and special, and seeing what isn't there, they feel like you see beyond, like you read between the lines, and not only do you read between the lines, you create what is not there. They're very inspired by you with all these Aces of Wands. You really inspire them to live life a little bit differently. And they think about that. They do. They see you as, yeah. I'm going to get a couple more of these. Which one popping out? We have Messiah here too. Okay. There's a lot of like references to like this person being someone of importance, or being someone who feels like they may have like an ego or something. And it's almost like this came out in reverse too. So exaggerated belief, you're the only means through which a cause can succeed. So there may be some other project or some other group that they are helping, and they may feel like that they can't follow their heart, or they can't kind of skew away from that role, because they almost feel like they have a responsibility to people. And so with Messiah here, it's almost coming out in the reverse to kind of showcase that this is almost a story they're telling themselves, so they don't have to, with the Queen of Swords here in the Judgment and the Knight of Pentacles, it's like, I have a role to fulfill. Like, you know, I couldn't take a risk and like express how I feel to pile number 3. Like I couldn't do anything like that, because I'm so important to this one group, where like what would they be without me? You know, like it's almost like they use that as kind of like an excuse. Yeah, priest, literally. Again, priest coming out. It says, violates trust of your spiritual community, seduced by your own spiritual role. It's like, there's almost this energy of this person, like, they have an ego about helping people, or they have an ego about being the best at something, or having some sort of knowledge or skill that they feel no one else really has. And so they may be focused on building something too. And so that may be something that they feel like they can't get sidetracked about. Yeah, really, really interesting energy here. But for priest to come out twice, it's kind of like, again, it's like another sort of spiritual energy, or like religious even. Yeah, it just feels like there's some sort of, higher level energy to this person where they're trying to facilitate it into the 3D. So it's like kind of giving me Hierophant vibes, or like the energy of like church or organization, or some sort of like nonprofit group or something like that. It doesn't have to be that specifically, but it's like something along the lines of feeling like they are really important to some sort of a cause like that. And it could even just be that they feel like they have better skills than other people, or like other people need them. We have the one who hides the sun. Inside looking out. They feel like there's some sort of a blockage to getting towards you. And so they just feel like they have to, for now, kind of live vicariously just through thinking about you. Yeah, gifts of the portal. There's this energy of them thinking that they need to kind of keep doing the right thing. And so they're in this energy of like day to day, like continuing to do their responsibilities, take on their roles. And again, it almost feels like this person may even have like religious consciousness. If it's not that this person themselves is the one who's like the person that thinks they're in a higher role, there may be someone else that's like influencing them with the one who hides the sun that really feels like, oh yeah, okay, I'm kind of getting this could be a possibility too. It could be that there's some other third party situation that is wanting this person to be a certain way. So I'm almost getting like, this is just an example, like could be a father who like is a church leader or something, and this person is like the son of that person, and they don't really, their heart is calling them towards like maybe a relationship. What if like the father's like, no, you don't focus on relationships, like you're meant to be in this role, like this is, you have to do this role, you have to do this for the right, this is your responsibility, like you have to do this if you want to go to heaven, you know what I mean? Like kind of that energy. There's just this obligation energy of this person having to tend to some sort of group or some sort of mission or goal, while they feel left out and they feel that their happiness is being blocked away from them. And so they almost just feel like there's this pressure on them to be practical, either because they are the leader or there's a pressure on them from a leadership. So yeah, hopefully that makes sense to you guys. I'm gonna get a sip of water. I'm gonna get a couple more oracle cards. So yeah, they're definitely thinking about you, and they just feel excluded from the fun or something. It's almost like they think it'd be a lot more fun if they could just be more free, be more aligned with you in a way. Yeah, we have abundance. They see you as very abundant. They see you as very, we also have make. Again, it's that they're almost as this energy of them having to be working on something or making something. We also have self-doubt here. And so it may be that they're trying to prove themselves. Yeah, truth of the heart also underneath. It's like they don't have enough autonomy in a way. They may even be a leader, but it's like there's this energy of them feeling like they couldn't possibly risk this vision that they're working towards or something. It's like they feel like they have to focus on this like potential. And it's like they're afraid that if they get sidetracked that they will not succeed. But it's almost like their heart is calling them in another direction. And so I feel like this is why they think about you too. So yeah, let's figure out what we're going to do for the extended reading for this one. I'm very interested. I want to do a juicy reading for this. I want to get, what should we go into? We could look at what this person wishes, like what their fantasies are of you, like what they wish could happen between you guys. And we can get some messages from them too, and see what they'd want to say if they were completely honest with you, like what they'd want to tell you. I feel like a drunk phone call would be an interesting one too. But yeah, so for the extended reading, I'm going to go into what fantasies does this person have with you? What do they really think about you? What does their heart really wish for when it comes to you? And what do they want to say to you if they were not worried about these influences and they were not worried? Like, what would they want to tell you? And then also we'll go into what their next moves are going to be. So we'll look at what they're going to actually do next. So we'll look at what they wish they could do. We'll look at their fantasy, and then we'll look at what they will actually do. So yeah, if that sounds interesting to you, this has been resonating, go ahead and check out the extended. If not, you are totally good. I really appreciate you spending the time here on my YouTube channel, connecting with me and spending the time here. So thank you so much. If it resonated, please do hit the like button. It really supports my channel. makes a big difference as a creator. So thank you so much. Please do leave a comment. I love to get comments from you guys and see how these readings are impacting you, or what you thought about it. And make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next reading. And I hope to connect with you guys again. Have a great rest of your day.